Okay. I basically been selling off all my low yielding stocks and unfollowing my low yielding stocks in Cash App. And I'm just focusing on high yielding stocks right now. Excuse me, I'm a little congested this morning. One of my credit cards ended up raising my interest rate from like 20% to like 30%. So basically I'm focusing on 30% or better dividends now until I get that credit card paid down, and I'm gonna get rid of it. I got my some auto renewals on it, and that's basically all I'm gonna use it for once I get it paid down. I'm not going, and I'm gonna pay it off basically every week or every other week, however long it takes to pay it off. But I'm gonna try to make sure I pay it off every month, basically. Oh shit. There's a milk tanker leaking milk on the highway. Anyway, yeah. Tankers have an internal and external valve, usually, and they also have a cap. We call it a dust cap or dust cover cap, but basically they have caps and plugs, and the plugs or caps and plugs usually go on the hoses, and the cap goes on the end of the tanker. Milk tankers, they don't have internal valves. They only have one valve, which is an external valve, and then they have their dust cap. And that's it, pretty much, from what I understand. If they have an internal valve, that would be great, because that would prevent things like this from happening. It's just basically a third step of protection. But in food grade, they typically don't do internal valves. They just do one external valve, and that's it, which is dumb. They should always have internal and external valves on tankers, always. But that's just my opinion.
In half a mile, keep left onto I-17.
I don't know nothing. I've just been doing this for almost 30 years. Anyway, I don't do tankers anymore because they don't make standard trucks anymore. I don't really like automatics. I kind of have a love-hate relationship with them. I'd much rather have a standard, but they can't have self-autonomous trucks with standard trucks because AI can't drive a stick. They can only drive an automatic. So the new smart trucks are all automatics, and that's pretty much what everybody's going to. So yeah, if they don't have a stick, I'm not pulling a tank. I'm not doing it. It's a pain in the butt. So they lost a tanker driver by doing this new high-tech bull crap, which is fine, you know. Anyways, they don't pay as good as they used to anymore anyway, so it's not really worth it. Once I get my dividend stocks up, it won't matter anyways, because then I'll be making more money doing this than driving truck, and I'll go do something else. Once I get enough goats on my land, to where I'm basically processing most, if not all, the newborns on the land, then I can pretty much quit this job and go do that full time. Which I anticipate that being in about 2 to 3 years. If I can sell enough goat meat. If I can't sell enough goat meat, then it might be a problem. But I'll cross that bridge when I get there. Basically what I'm going to do is get me an ice cream truck, a used ice cream truck, change the advertisements to my goat meat advertisements, and I'll just drive around selling goat meat and maybe even aromatherapy, because I do that too. So I'll be like, hey, goat meat and aromatherapy. I'll have goat meat advertising on one side and aromatherapy advertising on the other side. Who knows? We'll see. But the goat meat has a shelf life where the aromatherapy, it has a longer shelf life, let's put it that way. A lot longer shelf life. So, and with the goats, they basically reproduce every year, where the aromatherapy, I have to buy more of that in order to sell more of that. So I have to sell it in order to buy it so I can sell some more. Where the goats, they just keep reproducing and reproducing and reproducing. So I'll have to keep up with them as far as selling my inventory. They'll be producing my inventory and I'll be selling it. And just as long as I can keep up with them, I'll be doing good. Otherwise they'll decimate my land. But anyways, back to this. $65 a month residual income. Not too bad. That's after tax. I changed my tax to 20% because from what I understand, that's actually my tax bracket for as an investor, where my income tax is 25-35%. So it is more prudent for me to replace my income with dividend stocks as quickly as possible, lower my tax bracket. So I'll be making more money just by lowering my tax bracket by 10%. So I'll be increasing my my wealth by 10% by just changing the way that I make money. So anyway, I thought I just passed that guy, but it's somebody else who looks just like that guy. Alright, anyways, going over here. So basically, I'm following a lot of people in Cash App. Cash App was my first investment portfolio. That's where I basically learned. But I like Robinhood better now. These are my six of my 7 investment portfolios. I say 6 out of 7 because I have this one now, Vaulted. Vaulted is digital gold. They say it's physical gold, but really it's digital gold. And the vaults are in England and Canada. Well, I don't know how much I trust England or Canada. So I think they're more communist than the US. So I'm just using this as a way to invest in gold digitally, gold and silver digitally. So when it goes down, I'll buy some, and then when it goes back up, I'll sell some, when I need the money. and then I'll move it over into physical gold and silver or something else. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. So Robinhood is my main one now because they're easier to use. That being said, the Minority Mindset guy uses this app. I'm not sure why. I have to enter my password, so I'm not going to even go in there right now. But I'm not sure why he uses this app. He used to promote Webull. But now he supports and promotes M1. Now that I finally figured out how to use Webull, he switches to M1. I'm like, what the heck? But that's okay. I basically am using... I'm basically using Robinhood as my primary. Cash App, I'm basically getting rid of anything that pays less than 10%. I'm just going to keep 10% or better assets at Cash App for now. I may get rid of them later. And with Cash App, you can also do Bitcoin. But eventually, I'll probably just only use Cash App the same way I use PayPal, and that's just to send and receive money, which is the original reason why I got Cash App in the first place. But then I started investing in Bitcoin because my brother started losing money in Bitcoin. He's like, oh, I lost $700 in Bitcoin. And I'm like, oh, now's the time to invest. So that's when I started buying Bitcoin. And then I discovered all these other stocks. And then I started learning stocks. And now I'm where I am now. So, but if it wasn't for Cash App, I would have probably never got started doing all this stuff. So thank you, Cash App. But anyway, so basically I'm going in here, looking at the dividend. It pays less than 10%. So I'm unfollowing it. I don't have anything in there anymore. Or maybe I never did. Basically, when you sell the stock, it doesn't unfollow the stock. It drops them down into the following section. So that's why I'm going through here. And like this one I used to have, but I sold it. It pays less than 10%. So I'm gonna unfollow it and get rid of it. And that's basically what I do every morning before I look at my other stocks. The other morning I found one. Yesterday morning I found one in here that paid almost 10%. It was under 10%, but it was almost 10%. So I went ahead and threw in $10. And I made almost that $10 back by selling other stocks that pay less than 10%. But when I do sell it, I'll use a buy as an example. I'll go in here and I'll basically go all the way up to the highest it's been all year. and a little more, and then I'll hit sell. So like right here where it says set, well, when you're selling, you'll have all these options, 1, 10, it depends on how much money you have in there, or sell all, and I'll hit sell all. We'll just go $1 for now. And then it'll say 90 days, so I'll click 90 days. And then it'll go to password. Well, I'm not buying this stock because it pays less than 10%. So, but that's what I do when I'm selling a stock that pays less than 10%, or any stock for that matter. I don't want to lose money. So I program it to sell when it goes back up. So far, the only way I've really lost any money is if the company goes bankrupt, like Bed Bath & Beyond. There's some other ones I've lost money on, but it's only $1 here, $5 there, whatever. But Bed Bath & Beyond, I lost a few $100s. I think it was like $250, $230, something like that. That was my biggest owie. My almost second biggest owie was Zem. Zem was paying a really fat dividend. And then they went upside down. And their stock went way, 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 way down. And we were starting to get worried. When the stock went back up, my brother, my girlfriend, and my dad sold out. I held out a little bit longer. But then I found out that they lowered their dividend to like 1%. Well, the stock had went up to where I made $1,000 on the stock, which is what I should have made on the dividend. So I went ahead and cashed out at that point. So I almost lost money on that, but I didn't. In the end, I made $1,000, but but that was a roller coaster right there. So yeah, there's some iffy ones. There's some other ones that have paid a high dividend that I invested in. Not a whole lot, 20, 30, $40. And they never paid a dividend, and then they either went under or their stock is so low I'm not going to sell it anyways. And they're probably going to go bankrupt. We don't know, but they're probably going to go bankrupt. So those are some of my hardships. Overall, I've made money. Now, I'm not a guru. I don't know everything there is to know about this stuff. I don't do as much analytical research as some of the other people. All I know is I'm following those people and I make money. I'm trying to listen and understand what they're talking about as much as I can, but it's hard for me to explain everything that I've learned. So I'm just basically showing you what I'm doing. And how I'm making money. Now, McDonald's is a good dividend stock, but right now, it only pays 2%. It only pays 2.22%. And right now, I'm trying to only invest in stocks that pay more than what my credit cards charge. Before I made the exception, it was alright. This might be an emergency. She's called me twice now. If she calls me 3 times, then I'll answer. It forwards to my other phone, and then forwards back to this phone. Anyway, what I was trying to say is, so I was investing in anything that paid more than 15% because my pickup truck payment, the interest rate on my pickup truck is 15 or 14 something. And the interest rate on my credit cards was about 20. So I was doing 15 or better. Well, since one of my credit cards went up to 30 something, I think it was 32%, which is still lower than my girlfriend's interest rate, it's still high. And I'm like, nah, forget that, I'm getting rid of that card. So now I'm pretty much just paying or buying stocks that have a higher yield than the interest rate on both my credit cards. So if I do an average of the 2 credit cards, that'd be 25% instead of 20, and that's actually what I should probably do. So 25%, that's what I'm going to do. 25%. Anything that pays more than 25%, I'll reinvest until I get that other card paid off. Then I'll go back to anything that pays more than 15%. And the way I got it figured out is I should have my credit cards paid off by the end of the year. Meanwhile, I'll be buying stocks that pay more than what my credit cards charge. This fucker. Anyway. Traffic. Gotta love it. Stupid asshole drivers. So this person's lollygagging, forcing me to struggle to pass him. And then I finally get in front of him, and now he's going around me again. So, when he gets in front of me and cuts me off again, then I'm just gonna light him up, and he'll have to stare at my high beams. Every time he looks in the mirror. Especially if he slows back down. If he stays sped up, then I'll leave him alone. But if he gets in front of me and slows back down again, then I'm gonna light him up. And I'll just ride his ass with my high beams on. Fuck him. I hate stupid people. Looks like he's picked up the pace, so. We'll see. But anyways, I watched a couple videos today and yesterday talking about the collapse, the economy, blah, blah, blah. And basically, what everybody's saying is invest in renewable assets. You know, paper assets like stocks are the, well, crypto is more high risk than even this in the stock market. High risk, high return, they say, but maybe not. I mean, people lose money. If you don't play the stock market or you don't play the crypto market right, you're going to lose money. If you do play it right, you'll make a lot of money, but it's a gamble. So, high risk, high reward if you play your cards right. Stock market is pretty much medium risk overall. Depends on what stocks you buy. Then things like real estate, gold, and other renewable assets, those are more low risk. Real estate gives on average a 8% return on your investment. So if you get a mortgage on your real estate, you want to make sure it's less than 8%. Otherwise, you're not going to make any money. And it's best to get real estate that's going to put money in your pocket, like rental properties, Airbnbs, things like that. Everybody's got to have a house, so you get something cheap to live in, get that paid down or paid off, and then get something else that'll make you money. So I got raw land where I'm raising goats that are going to make me money. I was trying to do a sustainable community, but that was a flop and a waste of time. Do not, if you are thinking about doing a sustainable community, do not do it. They are like 90-95% failure rate. And now I understand why. Worthless eaters. Sustainable communities mostly attract worthless eaters. I've only had one guy who was not a worthless eater, and even he was a catastrophe. So, I'm done with all that bull crap. That cost me a lot of time, money, and energy. So, the best thing to do, oh, and then I got another property that we live at now. I own it free and clear. That being said, my girlfriend dumped 15 grand into it to do upgrades so she can put her camper there. And rather than pay rent at the campground. So she was paying $600 a month at the campground. Let's just say half of that was going to utilities. So 15,000. Sorry, I lost my train of divided by 300.
Keep right onto I-17.
50 months divided by
12 move ahead.
she basically bought herself 4 years of no rent staying at my place. But she's my girlfriend, so I'll basically pay her back the 15 grand that she invested in my property. But it's a 0 interest debt. So right now I'm building up my portfolio, building up my passive income and paying off my high interest debt, so that eventually I'll have the money to just give her the 15 grand back so that she can reinvest it wherever she wants. So there you go. Anyway, between my portfolios, and I don't have everything tallied up 100%, but I've got about $5,000 or $6,000 invested right now.
No engine braking ahead.
And it's giving me a 14% return on my investment.
In half a mile, keep right onto I-17.
So, not too bad. Not too bad. That's on average, everything that I have. And every time I buy a more high-yielding stock, because that's what I'm focusing on right now, that percentage goes up. So, yeah, basically, right now I'm making about
Speed limit reduced ahead.
what the bank charges me for the loan on my pickup truck. So, yeah. And my debt on the pickup truck is about the same, a little bit more, but about the same as what I have invested. So, I'm not doing too bad. I just gotta get, excuse me, I just gotta get those credit cards paid down. And then, my second mortgage is only $1,000 or just a little more than. By the time I get the credit cards paid down, it should be less than $1,000, and I'll just pay it off. And then I'll focus on my pickup truck and then my primary mortgage, which my primary mortgage is like 4%. And I don't remember how much I owe, but it's like $30,000. So that'll be my my last debt that I pay off, besides my girlfriend. That being said, if my girlfriend needs the money sooner, then I'll have to finance the land that she invested in order to pull that money out so that I can give it to her. And then I'll have more debt, but I'll be debt free with her. So there'll be no strings attached as far as that goes. The only time she really expects me to give her that money back is if we break up, or if she needs the money to reinvest into another property. If she finds a house, because she started living in a camper, she wants to find a house. She wants to buy a house. So she's got money saved up in Robinhood, and she's making 5% interest on that. So she's going to use that money plus the 15 grand as a down payment on said house. Then we'll move into the house, and then we'll turn the property that the camper's at now, that we're living at now, into an investment property where we will, make money off renting out camper spots. So it's going to be a win-win all the way down the road. And then we'll use that money to pay off our debts. We'll split it, basically. Well, it depends. She's going to manage it, so I'll give her, 10 or whatever percent is the going rate.
177 on the right. 470 towards Salina.
Which 10% seems to be the going rate. Some people want a little more, some people want a little less. So I'll give her 10% to manage it. And then I'll basically use the rest to pay off my debts. So according to Andrew Tate, we need to get rich in the next 10 years or so. Or we're going to be brokies forever. And I think we have more like 20 years. But 10 years is a good time frame to set your goals on. Maybe even 5. So we want to try to get rich in the next 5 to 10 years so that we can live comfortably, because it's going to keep getting harder and harder and harder. And if there's going to be a collapse, it's probably going to be in 10 to 20 years. Maybe 30, but I don't think it's going to last that long. I think it's going to be like 10 or 20 years. We'll see. So right now, it's all about transfer of wealth. And we need to get in on the game. Transfer of wealth. And we're already behind the ball. Some of you may not be, but I am. And some of you guys are too. So some of us are behind the ball already. They've already started this transfer of wealth, I think a decade ago. Maybe even sooner than that. But, so we got to get on the ball before it's too late. So I'm trying to get out of debt as quickly as possible. And invest as much as possible. Live as broke as possible. I don't like to suffer. So I don't have, fancy cars or anything like that. I've got older vehicles, but I have 3 vehicles. And once I get all of them fixed up, because I got behind, I got into debt, and I've basically just been fixing the bare necessities on the vehicles. But the problem's been compounding. So right now that I'm making money again, I'm working on getting out of debt and fixing up my 3 vehicles. Once I get them all fixed up, I got a 4th one that needs to be fixed, but it's going to probably cost me a couple grand to fix it. Maybe. We'll see. May only be $1,000. But nonetheless. So then I'll have 4 vehicles, but I'll own them all free and clear except for the one pickup. And as far as maintenance goes, only have to worry about the maintenance on 4 vehicles the same amount as I would have to worry about the maintenance on 1 vehicle. Because basically when 1 vehicle's in the shop, I'm driving another one. But you can only drive 1 vehicle at a time. So the wear and tear is going to be the same on 4 vehicles versus 1. That being said, the only reason why I'm really fixing up the 4th vehicle is because I've already got 10 grand in it. And it's kind of a waste, and I don't want to really lose out on that investment. Because it was a good truck, it just needs a new transmission, or I need to rebuild the transmission and just not overwork it like I did the last time. So that being said, I've got some scrap vehicles, junk vehicles on the land. I can sell them, and that'll pay for the maintenance or the repair for that pickup truck. So I might end up just doing that. And one of the vehicles may have the transmission that I need. I'll find out here in the next couple months. I'm gonna take both of them to the shop and see if that transmission fits. If not, then I'll probably look for one that is compatible, or I'll spend the $2,500 to rebuild the transmission again, which I don't really want to do, but I don't know. But it's going to be a Sunday go to meeting truck,
3 miles. Exit left.
a light duty truck, even though it's got a V8, it's supposedly a heavy duty transmission. It's a Dodge Dakota automatic, and it just can't handle what a stick can handle because it's an older Dodge that has transmission issues. So, but it's a good running truck otherwise. And I miss it. I liked it. I love that truck. So, as long as I don't, speed a whole lot, it gets just as good of fuel mileage as my V6 Dakota. So it just depends on how fast I want to drive. Anyways, and that's another thing to consider too, is fuel consumption. So you want to get a vehicle that's got decent fuel mileage, but you're not going to be making high monthly payments on. And you don't want to really be paying for full coverage. I mean, me, with my 3 or 4 vehicles, my insurance would be almost what I would be paying for full coverage on a newer vehicle. So, if I financed a vehicle, it's still cheaper to have 4 vehicles, 4 older vehicles, and just insure them. So, anyway. I'm not suggesting having 4 vehicles, but I got a farm, and I kind of need at least 2 or 3 vehicles. I think everyone should have at least 2 vehicles. That way, when one's broke down, you got a backup. I mean, like my girlfriend, she has 2 vehicles, and so. Oh, I forgot to unsubscribe to that one. So when one's broke down, she's got her other one.
Onto I-70 towards Salina.
Sometimes she has to drive mine.
Limit reduced ahead.
And that's the other reason why I want to fix up that 4th vehicle, so that she can drive it, because she can't drive a stick. And 2 of my vehicles are sticks. So I'm mostly going to be fixing up that other vehicle for her. As a backup. And, or for both of us as a backup.
Left, onto I-70 towards Salina.
As long as we don't do any heavy hauling with it. My new Chevy Silverado is for my heavy hauling. And even it can't do too much because it's only a 3/4 ton. No, it's only a 1/4 ton. I don't know how. I think it's a 1/4 ton, which is basically the same as my Dakota with the V8, but the Dakota with the V8 has a weak Dodge transmission, which can't handle heavy hauls. So that's the problem with that. So I finally had to upgrade to a bigger truck. This one's got a bigger frame, bigger suspension, a little bit bigger engine, and better transmission. So it's pretty much just my heavy haul truck. Once I fix the other vehicle, the other pickup truck, then I'll basically won't be driving the Chevy unless I need to do heavy hauling. And that's it. Or if I need to drive it for a backup, whatever. But I have 4 vehicles, so I won't probably be driving my Chevy all that much. I got 2 Dakotas, a Ram, but they're older, and then I got the Chevy, which is somewhat newer. That's the one I'm making payments on. But anyway,
turn at the first right onto I-70 towards Salina.
Nice thing about having an automatic is I can do this and not have to worry about shifting, because the truck does the shifting for me. If I was having the shift, I'd be setting the phone down a lot. Sometimes I still have to do that. Taiwan. So yeah, I don't do crypto right now. Once I should have stayed in Bitcoin, but I needed the money. Once I broke even with Bitcoin and was making a little bit of money, I went ahead and cashed it out because I needed the money. So for me, Bitcoin was more like a savings account for a rainy day. So anyways, I'm almost done. Let's go ahead and finish this real quick. Well, I'll come back. So PayPal, wow. So these are the ones that I've lost money on. Vaxanity. I lost $14 in that one. I don't know why I bought $10 worth, but anyway. I should have only lost $4, maybe $5. But for some reason I bought $10 worth. $9.34. Good thing I cashed it out when I did. Oh, I did? What? Oh, I had $9 invested. I was gonna sell it when it went back up, but it didn't go back up. So I would have made 34 cents, but I ended up losing it as well. And whatever this is, I invested $4, so I lost $4 there. Wow, Western Union is way down. I might end up losing this $221 or $281. But we'll see. People still use Western Union. It pays almost 8% dividend. Still paying a dividend, so as long as it's paying a dividend, I'm still reinvesting in it. So I made some of that money back, but if it goes bankrupt, then I'll lose most of the money. So this one pays quarterly: June, July, August, September. Oh, so at the end of the month I should make another $4. But then I'll probably throw in another 8. Forge Global, I don't think this one pays a dividend at all. No. This one I made money on. No, I haven't. I thought I did. This one might go bankrupt. So I might lose money on that one. PayPal. PayPal kind of sucks right now. If they make a comeback, cool. But I barely use PayPal now. I used to use them a lot. But now, Cash App and all these other ones, Venmo, they've really given them a run for the money, and they're kind of hurt. This one, I thought it would be a good one. I got $50 invested. I've lost almost all of it. But I thought this was like Virgin Records. I thought it was. thought it was something that might hold its value. But anyway. So I made $12 since yesterday. Overall, it says my stocks are down $433. Current investment, unrealistic gains is down 9.6%. Kamala Harris wants to tax us on our unrealistic gains. So if I'm in the negative on my unrealistic gains, does that mean I can use that as a tax deduction? Realized gains is up 14%. So I'm only up maybe 5% total. This here says 3.76%. And then my dividends are $374. So my stocks are up overall $387, and then my dividends were $374. So that's almost $800. So not too bad. Not too bad. For a peon. Now here's all the stuff I'm cashing out. I've got it programmed to sell when the stock goes back up. And this is everything that pays less than 10%. And I only look at it when I get a dividend. There we go. Okay, so I sold McDonald's, made $332, but I don't know what my total gains were on that. Probably 32 cents. Then I had to pay a 2-cent transaction fee. But yeah. Anyways, so I got some dividends today or last night. So these are the ones I'm gonna reinvest in. The reason why I don't like Cash App is this. So I click on Suncor Energy. I made 6 cents. I can't click on the symbol and go to the profile. I can't click anything in here and go to the profile. So I have to go back and manually look it up. And that's why I like Robinhood better. Because Robinhood, I just click this. I'm like, boom, click another thing up in the top right hand corner. boom, I go straight to the profile. And I can buy more stock if I want. But I can't do that here. I have to manually look it up. So Suncor Energy. SU. So I got 514 invested. I made 9 cents. This is one of the stocks that I had to sell some of the stock last year. When I needed money, the stock was up, so I sold part of it. It's only paying 4.29%. Custom sale. They did fix this glitch. So I will scroll up here. Pick a good round number. I should probably go 02 because I gotta pay 2 cents, but I'm not gonna worry about it. Let's do it. 1, 2, boom. Now I'll sell all. 90 days. And this is where I gotta enter my password, so hang on, I'm gonna pause the video. Alright, I'm back. Blah, blah, blah. So 602, it'll cost me 2 cents. I'll make $6. And I got like 509 invested, so I actually won't even make quite a buck. But that's okay. Boom, done. Oh, I got 514 invested. But still, I'll make 75 or 85 cents. So that's done. Now I go back over here. Look at my next dividend. Goldfield Limited. Look that up. Gold. There it is. GFI. I got $3 invested. I've already made 60 cents. It only pays 2.5%. I'm gonna sell. Wait till the stock goes up. Maybe not that high. Alright, sell everything. 90 days. Password. Pause the video. Unpause video. So I'll make 420. Minus $3, so I'll make $1.20. Profit. And that one will probably end up going up. Alright. Rio Tinto. I got 4 invested. It's already up almost $1. Pay almost 6.5%, which ain't bad. But like I said, I'm moving all my assets over to Robinhood, trying to get all these, get my debt paid. So the profit that I'm making from all this, I'm using to pay down my debt. So I'll make 480. Minus $4, so I'll make 80 cents. I think the last one was Qualcomm.
Way station ahead.
This is another one I sold most of the stock whenever I needed the money, but the stock was up. It's up now. This one I'll probably end up cashing out today. 2%. It's gonna probably prompt me to sell automatically. Yes, so I'm gonna go ahead and sell this. If the stock was down, I would have bought. I'd have looked at the percentage. It said almost 2%. So I would have bought another $2, and then I would have programmed it to sell when the stock went back up. But this one, the stock was up. I made $1.42 minus the 90 some cents that I had in there. So I made about 30 cents. Boom. Done. Now I can unfollow them, and they're gone. I only made 1 penny off of them anyway. So now I'm done with Cash App. I'll move on to the next one, to Robinhood next. And then, like I said, eventually I'll sell off everything in Cash App probably. Bitcoin is still up, I think. From where I got my dollar. It's hard to tell with Bitcoin where my profit margin is. So I don't know. I only had like $1 left, so I don't know if it's up or down in comparison to how much money I had left in the deal. But I think it's up. I think I only had like maybe $1. And the scales are open, and I gotta go in because I don't have a pre-pass. So at that, I'm gonna bid you good day. And after I get done with the scales, I'll do my Robinhood and Webull. And then I'll call my girlfriend back. And I'm going to call the butcher and check on my goat meat. Alright, talk to you later. Bye.
Few moments later.
Now this is weird. Here's a 25% stock, 25% yielding stock. It just paid me like $1.87. And I just bought another $25 worth of stock. And I went back and looked, and now it says the stock is not supported. When I just bought the stock. It's like really weird. So June.
In 3 miles, exit highway right.
I got a $1.22 dividend. I invested $36 because I guess the dividend yield was up. Oh no, I just bought 2 shares at that time because I had more money. I bought 2 shares at the time instead of just buying $25. I just bought 2 shares. I rounded up. Then I made some money off stock lending. Then I made $1.87 on dividends. But it won't let me see more history here. I have to click here and then click here. See, now it's saying I can buy the stock. It's really weird. But it's not letting me see more of my history. It's like there's 2 stocks here in one or something. I don't know. It's really weird. So, I'm about to stop to go to the bathroom. But I just made one video with Cash App mostly. I'm going to basically show you here. So I've earned 34 cents on this one, but it pays less than 20%, 25%. Oh, this is one that's not supported here either. But I went over to Webull. I've got it in Webull. It pays only 13%, so I'm not reinvesting at this time. I'm only doing 20% or 25% or better.
In half a mile, exit highway right.
Then this one, I do the hooray thing so that I'm marking it, saying that I'm acknowledging it, so I know that it pays less than the yield that I'm looking for at the moment. So this one here pays almost 14%.
First exit on the right.
But I'm not reinvesting yet because it's under 20%.
Destination is on the right.
I got 1 hour to my delivery. So I made $1.87. And now it says it's not supported. It's weird. So BWLP. I think BWLP and BWLPG, well, they're obviously the same company, but I need to put another one in here. M1. I might start investing over there. I might do, I was able to buy this one here in Robinhood, but if I can't buy it in Robinhood in the future, then I may end up buying it in M1 so that I can kind of see how it operates. It's not showing me the dividend. BWLPG. Hang on. All right. My signal here is not too great. I'm gonna pause this again. Alright. I'm not sure BWLP. Interesting. So this one's even more restrictive than Robinhood. Oh. No. Anyways, I don't know if I'm gonna be using M1. Okay. Back to Robinhood. Pause video. Going back over here. That one must pay good too. Made $4 on it. 30% yield. IEP. I always go over here and double check it, or not always, but I try to. IEP. 30% yield. Oh, it was already in there. Pause video. Unpause. So 30%, I'm going to reinvest $30. Now, IEP. Robinhood. IEP. I bought 2.291 at 1309. Done. Still at $65 a month, but that's okay. That's after tax. Back to Robinhood. Pause video. Unpause video. So next quarter, wait, why did I have this set to sell 2 shares in 90 days? Maybe because I hadn't paid a dividend. No, I paid a dividend. It's down $21, 20%, so it's not doing too bad. Alright, so anyways, so that's basically what I do. If it pays less than 25%, then I don't reinvest. If it does, then I reinvest. And I look at the percentage, and then like 30%, I throw in $30. 25%, throw in $25. Last but not least, I'll go over here to search, and I'll hit high dividend yield scanner. I'll go over here, see if any stocks are down to where they're paying a high yield, which there are, but before I was doing 15%, 14.91 is close enough. But now I'm only doing 20%, 25% or more. So I'm not going to invest in any of these today. Last but not least, Oh no, let's go over to Webull. So I made a dividend over here on Webull. But it was only 13 cents from EFC, and it only pays like 13%. So I'm not reinvesting in that today. Last but not least, I have Schwab. But I still haven't quite figured out how Schwab works or how to see what my dividends are and whatnot. I did figure out how to buy stocks here, so I went ahead and bought some high yielding stocks from from what the money I had in the account. Hang on. All right. So I got $62 left to invest. But I don't know how to tell what my dividends are on here. Oh, okay, I made $13.27. Or more. I don't know. So total I've made $35.51. But I'm not sure how to look at the details of it. Who paid me what? I'm trying to click on stuff and it won't let me. Okay, last year was 52 cents. This year was more. But yeah, I can't figure out who paid me my dividends. And how much they paid me, when they paid me. So yeah, I probably won't be using this one at all, really. Oh wait, here it is. So it's under history. Okay. So I'll go in, I'll look at history when I go in here, and when I get paid something, then I might reinvest in it. Alright, I guess that's it. I gotta go inside and go to the bathroom, and then I'll connect this to my other internet, which is better, and then I'll upload these videos. Alright, party on.
What?